Give me a test.
Your mother's a whole...
Okay, then that's enough.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm John.
I'm Joe. We're from Hot&Cold, and today we're here to review Hail Caesar, directed by the Coen brothers.
Starring Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Alden Ehrenreich, Scarlett Johansson, and Channing Tatum.
There are a few other notable mentions in there, like Jonah Hill, blah, blah,
Too many
blah.
fucking names.
There's
doesn't matter.
way too many names. First and foremost, I want to start by saying this is not a Coen brothers movie. You know,
Well, it kind of is.
Well, it is, but it isn't. You know, they do No Country for Old Men, and
Okay, they also did the fucking Lady Killers.
it's just not like them. Don't get me wrong. Let's take away from the movie. It's just awkward to see a movie like this by them. I wouldn't, if I just saw this, I wouldn't have known it was by them.
That's the thing, I don't feel like the Coen brothers have, like, a distinguished style. Like, they're like, so fucking on opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, the Lady Killers. No Country for Old Men. Fargo.
Fargo's
the Big Lebowski.
violent, though.
Yeah,
You
bro.
know what Big
but
Lebowski's kind of fucked up.
Not really. I mean,
It's
yeah,
a
but
comedy
it's a
movie.
comedy. But that's
Yeah,
the thing,
okay,
though. That's what I'm saying.
alright,
Like, they do movies like Fargo and No Country for Old Men, and then they do shit like the fucking Lady Killers and the Big Lebowski. You know, like. So I mean, they're kind of all over the fucking place.
Fair enough. I haven't seen enough of their movies, but I've seen, you know, the most notable. Like, I've seen the Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men, so I'm basing it off of stuff like that. But anyway, Hail Caesar. It's George Clooney is like the big hot shot of Hollywood. He's like the biggest guy everyone wants in their movies, and he gets kidnapped by mysterious men, and Josh Brolin plays a fixer. He's pretty much hired by companies. Well, he works for one company, but his job is to make sure that the actors stay out of the press so they don't ruin their reputation and bring down the possibility of the movie doing
So
good.
he's a publicist.
He makes sure they don't get into like the press. Like, if, like, let's say George Clooney does something really wrong, like slaps a woman or something, like that doesn't happen, but like just does that, he bribes the news reporters to not put it in the paper.
I mean, that's kind of a publicist.
Okay, well, that's what he does anyway. When George Clooney gets kidnapped, he has to find out by who, why, figure out the ransom, or figure out how to get him back, and that's pretty much the movie. But the thing that makes the movie so good, by the way, he did not see it, so no spoilers to anyone. This is more or less just my opinion. I know you love the movie anyway, but this movie is actually one movie of 3 movies. Because what this movie really is it is such a nod to people that love Hollywood. It shows you behind the scenes of like the 1940s, 50s, 60s, whatever it is, and how Hollywood works. You know, how the sets were set up and the actors and what they go through with directors if they're saying the line wrong. And it's just like you could tell that they love Hollywood. They love cinema, and it's such a huge nod to that. And you know, there's 3 movies. There's Hail Caesar, which is the one that George Clooney is, and George Clooney is the miss of making this movie Hail Caesar. Then the other lead, what was his name?
I was fucking close.
Alden is a... he plays in cowboy movies. He doesn't have a lot of dialogue. He's only really used for action scenes, and then due to a lack of actors, this one says, like, we'd like to borrow him to do in this one other movie that takes some serious acting chops, and he struggles to do it. And then there's Channing Tatum, who plays in a movie about sailors about to go to war, and he has that fantastic dance routine that everyone keeps talking about in every review. I'm not a big fan of those, like, dancing movies and stuff like that, but
I feel like he always dances in his movies.
I gotta give it to him. No, but this isn't like Magic Mike dancing. This is like some old school, like 1940s. You see your grandma watching this kind of shit dancing, and it is awesome to watch. Like, the choreography of this movie is fantastic. The movie itself was just really good. Josh Brolin is probably the weakest character. I honestly cared more about the movies that were taking place inside the movie rather than what Josh Brolin was doing to try and save George Clooney. Although the twist is worth the watch. The twist at the end was incredible, and every performance, everyone, even the smallest, littlest one that only took place for 2 minutes, fantastic. Everyone in this movie killed it acting-wise. It was hysterical. I was never not laughing. The writing was well delivered. It was just Everything about it was just good. I have to give this movie. The music, it fits so perfect for that time, and it wasn't just music for that time. It was music within the movies within the movie. They all fit so perfectly. The dancing was great. I don't know. The whole movie, in my opinion, was just fantastic. It's one of their best movies.
I would like to say one thing. Before this movie came out, when we were, seeing the trailers and previews and stuff like that, I was really excited to see this movie. Joe, on the other hand, not so much. In fact, his exact words were, "I have no interest in seeing that movie whatsoever."
Well, no matter what, I'm going to see it because it's a good job.
Yeah, but I'm saying you thought that this movie was going to be fucking terrible.
I did. I really did. You know what, though? The trailer was misleading. That movie literally, like, that trailer did not describe anything of what was going to happen in that
Coen's brother movie.
You're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
All right.
Fuck myself.
Now, what grade would you give it?
I'm going to give the movie a burning. I thought it delivered on all ends. I was never bored. I was laughing the whole time. I loved the twist. Although Josh Brolin's arc is a little weak, there was still just so much more star power everywhere else that it didn't deduct from it. When the movie was burning, it deserves a burning. I loved it.
All right.
So I hope you see it, and I hope you feel the same.
Check that shit out tomorrow.
You should check that shit out tomorrow.
All right.
I think you'd love it.
I probably would. I wanted to see it.
Especially if you love Hollywood. Like, if you're a reviewer, you can't not like this movie. It literally shows you how everything we love is done. You know? Anyway, I'm Joe.
I'm John.
We're from Hot and Cold, and stay tuned for more reviews.